Women who hate their husbands are the ones that are submissive as well.
Pretending to be, maybe.
Not even.
What do you mean, submissive to their husbands?
Like, controlling.
Yeah. So the husband's like the leader of the relationship, and they hate them because they're so.
Then it's the wrong kind of leadership.
Yeah, that's true.
So
it depends how you lead.
It's the wrong kind of leadership.
Yeah.
It might not really be leadership. It could just be bullying or overpowering them in a situation. And then that's wrong. A real submission that we're talking of is a more kind of.
Do you guys think it's okay, do you think it's fair for women to want traditional men that pay and take care of them and take us on dates, all that stuff, when we're not traditional women? So like we're not virgins anymore. We're not like, we don't offer the traditional.
If
we
you
can't
want a
cook.
traditional
We
man,
can't
you have
clean.
to be a
What?
traditional woman.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yes.
No, I'm just saying.
No, I didn't hear you. Go ahead.
If you want a traditional man, you have to be a traditional woman. Like, don't get mad when he expects you to be a stay-at-home mom, cook and clean and stuff like that, because that's how it works. But
Yeah, you put.
that's why I don't want a traditional man, because I know it comes with that price.
At the price of, really, I would. If I could stay home, I'd be chilling.
Stay at home all day. Oh,
Yeah.
I mean,
look after the kids, cook, clean when he comes home, wash his underwear. Like, that's just
Again, I'm going to ask, did your mum do that stuff?
yes. Yes. I don't like that.
Like,
Just saying,
I mean,
you're fighting against it, but it's there for you to see, and it's been successful. Your parents are still together.
Who says they're successful? Just because they're together doesn't mean it's successful.
That's true.
That's not something I aspire.
you don't.
So I'm asking, are your parents happy? So you're saying they're not
They
unhappy?
can be happy, but
Well, isn't the happiness the success? I mean, like for them, not for you.
For them, yeah. But for
Okay.
me, that's not what I.
Personally,
in a
I understand.
relationship.
I'm just saying for them, they've achieved happiness for them.
Yeah.
You don't think that's an indicator of success?
That's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah, but it's like
50% of marriages end in divorce. So the fact that your parents are still together and don't hate each other is a W.
Huge.
That's huge.
Yes.
After how long have they been together?
over 30 years.
Come on.
And you don't think there's
Damn.
anything you could learn from that
Come on.
relationship?
I mean, I can pick up a couple of things,
Yeah.
but it's like
Don't get tricked out of position by
the feminism lies to women. It lies.
no,
because
radical feminism does.
I think
Yeah.
all feminism. I don't think we need feminism in 2022. I think it's
I
outdated,
think we
and there's
do.
nothing that I can't do today that a man can do. There's nothing legally in my way. Like there's no law we're fighting for. I don't see the need for it.
That's different for every woman. So, like, say for example, me and you. You can walk into an office and demand a job, they'll give it to you. If I ask for it, they'll be like, what is this black monkey doing here? Like, get out. And then say, for example, you and a man, if you both walked in, okay, say, for example, you and a white man both walked in.
Okay, wait.
He's more he's more likely to get the job than you. There's still that type of...
So because of that, you
there's
need...
still a gap.
That's not true. That's not true. The wage gap doesn't exist. It doesn't. When you take into account no, it doesn't. Like any psychologist that's worth a salt will tell you that it does not exist. The people that talk about that are reiterating it for their political gain. They're saying that to confuse you and to control you.
I mean, I've seen it.
No. So the reason when you take into account personality differences and roles that women pick. So women tend to pick jobs that are with people, men tend to pick jobs with things. So therefore, men make more money because those jobs pay more. For example, men pick engineering more than women. That's a very high-paying career.
Yeah, true.
Men pick plumbing, bricklaying, garbage collection. That stuff that pays more than being like a psychologist, model.
It depends. Because what's it? Studies that I've seen. So I did a study on like basketball.
Okay.
It's quite evident the men get paid a lot more than women.
Because they bring
but
in because they bring in more money.
I know they bring in more money, but
So why would you pay someone if they're not making money? Like that's like me. That's
I
like
feel like
having-
if
that's
you
like
push
having-
more money,
No,
they
no,
could
so-
probably perform to the level where they'd get the same amount of money.
No,
But
they
you'll
don't.
never be
They
able
don't.
to-
The lack of
No,
facilities.
they don't. The WNBA is at a $10 million loss every year. They lose money. They don't make money.
That's crazy.
So that's like me having 10 salesmen and the men bring me in, let's say 50K each a year. The women lose me 20K.
But
And
are they
want me-
given the same facilities? Because you could be giving these men fancy
Same
offices and then the
You're-
women's work
okay.
from home or something.
Do you
like that.
think that LeBron James dunking is more
Exactly.
entertaining, is equally as entertaining as like the one or two women that can dunk?
A woman
made that
dunking is
way.
quite impressive. I can't lie.
It's
Because
impressive.
men dunk all the time, so it's just like,
it's impressive. It's impressive, but is it as entertaining?
No.
I think so. Well, that's me though.
But are
Someone
you the
else might.
exception or the rule? Do more people want to watch the NBA or the WNBA?
It depends on which one's publicized more, which is the NBA. But it's not as publicized.
No, it's because men are better at basketball.
Boy, I didn't want to say
Easy.
it. That's the
they're
bottom line
better.
of it.
I play basketball, and even at, let's take UEL. I'm sorry, I'd rather watch the men's over us.
True.
I wonder what makes
There
us
you
think
go.
that way, though.
In what way?
In the sense that, as you mentioned before, in terms of the pay gap or the one doesn't exist, obviously men will take more laborious jobs, right? So the more the engineering things that actually takes on the physicality of a man.
Yeah.
Hence why us women get paid less. We do the admin jobs, the personal jobs.
Yeah.
But when you're comparing it versus football to football, for example, my cousin, she's a female, she plays football. She actually posted something yesterday. The pay gap in football is mad.
It's crazy.
And I see what you're saying about what would you rather watch, but why do we want to watch men play football versus women?
Yeah, why
it's the
better?
same
Because we're
game.
by far better at it.
better.
Are they
Why
better?
would-
They have better facilities.
No.
No, they're better because of the physicalities and the genetics, the biological setup.
Kicking a ball and cardio, kicking a ball,
It's not just about that. It's not just about that.
It's straight. Okay,
Yeah, a lot of it
I'm
comes
in
down
pretty
to
good shape. Who would win in an arm wrestling match?
Oh, absolutely. Exactly.
Okay,
the
that's
more
different.
laborious things, but you know, in the sense of it's the same game, basketball, football, it's the same game.
No, but these things do come into play. Strength.
Yeah.
All of this,
True.
all that comes into it does come into play. We're just better at it. The closest I've seen to the gap being bridged to a degree is tennis with the Williams sisters, but they're still
Yeah.
where they
But
play
no,
to such
tennis
a level,
is
but they're still.
decent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Wimbledon is-
200th ranked man beat Serena Williams. in a
Thank you. I was
scrimmage
about to say
hungover.
that. All,
Wow.
Yeah, like men are just better at sports. They're bigger, they're stronger, they're faster.
So you deserve to get paid more.
Yeah,
Of
yeah,
course.
because if you're better at a job, you get paid more at it.
Thank you.
So
Do you
why?
think they'll ever have a chance to bridge the
No.
gap? No.
How so? You're battling
There'll
against
just never be
DNA and
equality,
genetics.
yeah.
Like just the same way, I think there's like men will never bridge the gap in modeling, but you don't hear anything about that. You don't hear men complaining, "Oh, we don't make as much on OnlyFans." Like we don't, even though it's the same, even though it's
No,
the
but I
same.
feel like that industry was built by men anyway, so that's the men's fault anyway.
What?
So OnlyFans, like porn industry, that's basically built by men.
Uh-huh.
So it's the men's fault that they don't get enough views.
I know. So what's the difference? Men watch sports.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm saying like at the end of the day, you get paid for eyeballs in both
True.
professions. You get paid for who watches more.
Yeah.
And so one, it's women taking off their clothes and men taking off clothes. And in the other, it's playing a sport.
Yes.
So, but I'm saying like, why don't nobody marches the streets for
I agree with you wholeheartedly.
for the men not getting paid enough to model?
Yes.
think
I mean, they're not really
absolutely, yes.
triggered by it.
No, because men don't complain. Women do. Women
Yes.
women will
Yeah.
complain about every.
I'd complain if I wasn't earning enough money.
That the money you'd complain if you don't earn the money. If you're earning the money you deserve to earn.
Basically, I feel
yeah.
like they deserve it. I don't know.
I think they deserve less actually. If you're operating at a loss, I think they probably don't. Like if we're gonna go off with deserve, like if I had a salesperson and they were losing me money, like ish right there, he has a job because I make more money on the streams than he costs, right? But if these streams were really bad and every time I lost viewers every time he came on, like he wouldn't be here. And it's the same thing with like the WNBA and the NBA. They have people.
Yes, if it was performance related pay, a lot of these women wouldn't even. Might be no basketball league for women.
But I think it's probably because it's a more recent thing.
What's that? You think as time goes by, women will get better?
No, because I feel like the men have had a head start, if that makes sense. So basketball
Like
for men has
biology?
been...
I didn't want to say. I didn't want to sound
Their head
patronising.
started
So I'm glad
in
that you're
in biology.
a head start.
No, but in terms of like leagues, these are still new leagues. So that's what I'm trying to say.
Because the demand for the men's league was there. Like I'm telling you, people want to make money. People like people will put anything on a screen to make money. If women's sports made money, it would be pushed.
They just
Like-
did the boxing the other day in New York. They did the big all women's fight, first time ever in Madison Square Garden. Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano. That got a big push. That was a landmark moment. But again, how much of that was partly like the novelty of it at the same time, because you know men do that every week. And do you think women should box? Do you like women boxing?
If they like it, then they like it. I personally don't like boxing as a whole, but
Yeah, same.
if I don't mind, they might as well both box.
If two women were boxing, and one of them battered, bruised, getting her face, do you think you'd be more inclined to say stop the fight than you would if it was two men?
No.
You're nodding your head saying
I want to see women fight.
You
more,
would.
can't
Yeah.
That's
I love a scrap.
like
I
it
can't
as well.
lie.
yeah. Good.
You've gone into fight and now you want to stop the fight. Just continue.
If she dies, she dies.
It's
I
Stop the
understand, but
fight.
no, I'm saying instinctively, you might want to, like Emily said, she would be more inclined to say stop
I
it
would.
for women.
I
You
would,
as
yeah.
well. And I would as well. So I'm saying it all.
no, I think that's just me. Then I'm
it
actually.
feeds in.
She's like, you're in this till
She's
you
like,
die.
let him go.
you wanted to fight. Why are you crying? Like
One person making it out alive.